History whispers, it tells tales of triumph and tragedy, of love and loss. But sometimes history screams, it screams of events so terrifying, so inexplicable that they chill us to the bone. These are not stories of fiction, but of reality, of times when the world turned dark and humanity glimpsed the abyss. These are the most powerful historical horror stories. They are etched in the annals of history, borne out by evidence and whispered by the ghosts of the past. They remind us that reality can be far stranger and far more terrifying than anything we could conjure in our darkest nightmares. Beware, for these stories are not for the faint of heart. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling tales. Bettis Manor in Dorset, England, a place steeped in history, but also in fear. Legend claims the skull belongs to a Jamaican servant, unjustly accused and murdered within the manor walls. His dying curse, his spirit would never leave, his skull the conduit. Years pass, the skull buried with due respect. Then strange occurrences begin, unexplained noises, objects moving on their own. The family, living in fear, they decide to exhume the skull. Peace is restored. But curiosity, like fear, is a powerful motivator. The skull is returned to the house. Immediately, the disturbances return, more violent than before. Screams pierce the night. Objects hurtle through the air. The family terrorized. The skull remains at Bettis Manor, a chilling reminder of a gruesome past and an unbreakable curse. Is it truly haunted by the vengeful spirit of the wronged servant? Or is it a tale spun to explain the unexplainable? The answer, lost to time, only heightens the terror. 1587. The New World, a land of promise and peril. 115 colonists arrive on Roanoke Island, led by John White, seeking a new life. White, leaving for fate, it seems, has other plans. 3 years later, White returns, the island deserted, the houses dismantled. The only clue, the word Croatoan carved into a post. No explanation for their disappearance. Theories abound. Native American attacks, disease, famine, or perhaps something more sinister. The colonists swallowed by the wilderness, their fates intertwined with Roanoke endures, a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the unforgiving nature of the unknown. Did the colonists meet a tragic end, or did they find to the whispers of the wind? The truth, like the missing colonists, past. 1518, Strasbourg, France, a city gripped by a bizarre and terrifying affliction. It begins with a single woman dancing wildly in the streets. Days turn into weeks. The woman continues to dance, her body racked with exhaustion, her mind seemingly lost. Soon others join her. Dozens, then hundreds, seized by the same inexplicable urge to dance. They dance for days, weeks, even months, their bodies pushed to their limits. Some collapse from exhaustion, others suffer heart attacks, strokes, even death. Physicians are baffled, theories abound, mass hysteria, religious fervor, even poisoned bread. But the cause remains a mystery, the dancing plague, a chilling spectacle of uncontrolled movement and utter despair. What drove these people to dance? Was it a medical anomaly, a social phenomenon, or something more sinister, a dark force that took control of their bodies and minds? The answer, lost to time, serves as a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of the human psyche. Buried alive, the terrifying reality of premature burial, the Victorian era, a time of mourning rituals and morbid fascination with death, but beneath the surface, a chilling fear being buried alive, medical science still in its infancy, misdiagnosis of death, a terrifying reality. Imagine the horror, waking up trapped 6 feet under. Darkness, silence, the weight of the earth pressing down. The desperate struggle for air, each breath a victory against the suffocating soil. The realization dawning. No one can hear your screams. Tales abound of coffins unearthed, revealing scratched linings, broken fingernails, and terrified faces frozen in eternal screams. The fear of being buried alive, so pervasive it spawned inventions. Coffins with air tubes, bells connected to the surface. While medical advancements have largely eradicated this fear, the terror of premature burial lingers in our collective consciousness. Section 6, The Unseen Terror, the London Fog of 1952. December 1952, London. A thick, yellowish fog descends upon the city. It seems harmless at first, a mere inconvenience, but this fog, a deadly cocktail of pollutants, seeps into homes, into lungs, into the very fabric of the city. Visibility drops to near zero. Streets become impassable. People, caught unaware, struggle to breathe. The air, thick with sulfur dioxide, stings their eyes, claws at their throats. Panic sets in. Hospitals overflow with the sick and dying. The elderly, the young, the vulnerable, all fall prey to the fog's deadly embrace. The city, once a symbol of power and progress, is brought to its knees by an unseen killer. When the fog finally lifts days later, the true extent of the disaster becomes horrifyingly clear. Thousands dead. The Great Smog of London, a stark reminder of the devastating power of industrial pollution and the fragility of human life. Section 7. The Tanganika Laughter Epidemic, when laughter turned sinister. 1962. Tanganika, now Tanzania. A school erupts in laughter, but this is no ordinary laughter. It's uncontrollable, hysterical, and it spreads like wildfire. Students laugh themselves to exhaustion, their bodies racked with spasms, their minds seemingly hijacked by an unseen force. The laughter epidemic, as it becomes known, affects hundreds. Schools are forced to close, theories abound, mass hysteria, stress, even a reaction to a new type of food, but the cause remains elusive. What started as laughter morphs into something darker. Fits of crying, fainting spells, and violent outbursts plague those affected. The laughter, once seemingly harmless, becomes a terrifying symbol of an unknown affliction. The Tanganika laughter epidemic, though short-lived, serves as a chilling reminder of the power of the human mind and the terrifying potential for mass psychogenic illness. Section 8. The Mad Gasa of Matun terror in a small town, 1944, Matun, Illinois. A wave of terror grips the small town. Residents report a strange, sweet odor, followed by feelings of paralysis, nausea, and vomiting. The culprit, they claim, is a Mad Gasa, a shadowy figure who stalks the night, releasing a mysterious gas into homes through open windows. Fear runs rampant. People barricade themselves indoors. Armed patrols stalk the streets. The police are baffled, unable to find any evidence of a gas or the perpetrator. Is it a real attacker, or is fear itself the true culprit? The Mad Gasa of Matun, though never caught, continues to fascinate and frighten. Was it a case of mass hysteria, a series of pranks, or something more sinister? The answer, lost to time, only adds to the legend of the phantom Gasa. Section 9. The Texarkana Moonlight Murders, Love and Death in the Dark. 1946. Texarkana, a town straddling the Texas-Arkansas border. Darkness falls, and with it terror. A series of attacks begins, targeting couples parked on lovers' lanes. The assailant, dubbed the Phantom Killer, strikes swiftly and brutally, his motives shrouded in mystery. 5 attacks, 3 couples dead, 2 lucky to escape with their lives. The killer, always masked, always one step ahead. Panic grips the town. Curfews are imposed, armed citizens patrol the streets, but the Phantom remains elusive. The investigation continues, but the Phantom is never caught. The Texarkana Moonlight Murders remain unsolved, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the shadows, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Section 10. The Dyatlov Pass. Incident, an unsolved mystery in the mountains, 1959. The Ural Mountains, Soviet Union. 9 experienced hikers embark on a challenging expedition. Their goal, Mount Otor-10, a peak shrouded in local legend. They never reach their destination. Weeks later, their tent is found ripped open from the inside. Their belongings are scattered. Some items left behind. The hikers' bodies are discovered scattered across the mountainside, some barefoot, some partially clothed. Injuries are horrific, suggesting an unseen force. Soviet authorities, baffled, declare the cause of death as a compelling natural force. The incident, shrouded in secrecy, fuels speculation. What really happened on that fateful night? Was it an avalanche, a military experiment, or something more unexplainable? The Dyatlov Pass incident remains a chilling mystery, a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of the wilderness and the unknown forces that may lurk within its icy grip. Section 11. Echoes of Horror. These stories, a mere glimpse into the dark recesses of history, they serve as chilling reminders. The line between fact and fiction is often blurred. The world is a place where darkness can bloom in the most unexpected corners and where the human capacity for both good and evil knows no bounds. We are left with questions unanswered, perhaps unanswerable. These mysteries linger, echoing through time. They remind us the past is never truly gone. Its horrors whisper to us, urging us to listen, to learn, and to remember the darkness that lies within the human heart. The next time you delve into the pages of history, remember, sometimes the most terrifying tales are not confined to the realm of fiction. They are etched in the annals of our past, waiting to be unearthed to remind us that the world can be a truly frightening place.